Well, at least they got the name right. Alien Covenant, starring Michael Fassbender, Katherine Waterston, Billy Crudup, Danny McBride, and directed by Ridley Scott. The movie is a follow-up to 2012's Prometheus, and is supposed to be the start of a new trilogy leading into the original 1979 Alien. Alien Covenant starts aboard a colony ship, which runs into trouble going to its destination. During this time, the crew intercepts a signal and decides to go and investigate, and this is when all the typical alien mishaps start to unfold. The movie expands on the lore of Prometheus, while also giving some great action and horror elements found in the first two original Alien movies. The best parts of the film for me are the expansion of the universe Scott has been building since Prometheus. I enjoyed Prometheus and thought the idea of an engineering race starting all life on Earth very intriguing. The last part of Prometheus went off the rails a bit, but I thought the story concept was good. It was nice for me to see this story thread continue in Alien Covenant and be expanded upon. This is also where the film is going to be divisive. The story points introduced in Covenant might make continuity issues for the original movies. Maybe the story points introduced in Covenant will be explained in the next two films, so it'll then fit with the originals. Massive fans of the first two films might not like where Scott takes the story, but I found it interesting and thought-provoking. I'll leave ultimate judgment with how it ties into the other Alien films until the next two movies are released. Interspersed with the expanding universe are the action and horror elements, which are paced well throughout the film. The new xenomorph in the movie looks great and provides the right amount of terror. The special effects are top-notch, and Scott blends them in perfectly. The movie in general looks fantastic, which isn't surprising with Scott at the helm. The action is done in a way which never loses the audience. It is always clear what is happening, which is also a slight detriment in one of the final fights. The suspense built from the action had me on the edge of my seat multiple times. It helped propel the story, and it should be enough for fans of the original series to enjoy the movie. Scott also provides some genuine horror elements in the film, with the scares and the way he uses the aliens. There was a good balance of action and lore in the movie, which helped the pacing of the story. The show-stealing performance was Michael Fassbender. He was great in Prometheus and follows it up equally in Covenant. His performance alone makes the film worth checking out. He is a great performer, and I hope he continues to act in these types of genre roles. This is a nuanced performance, and it had to be challenging, but he does it fantastically. Along with Fassbender, Danny McBride was equally good and showed some dramatic chops to go along with his comedy. He had some comedic moments, but it was the dramatic timing that stood out. Katherine Waterston was good in her role as the main heroine, but it almost felt like she was playing a Ripley surrogate. There wasn't much character development for her to be the focus of the film. She does well with what she is given, but she should have been given more depth. Billy Crudup is also good in the movie, but I'm not sure his character fits the film. The character was interesting, but didn't mesh in the story. I think I know what Scott was shooting for with his role, but I don't think it hit the mark. Overall, most of the characters did work in the movie, but Crudup's captain stood out. Along with Crudup's character, the start and the end of the film were the worst parts of the movie. There was a prologue for Covenant released online, directed by Scott's son, and if this was attached to the start of the movie, it would have been a better beginning. Instead, it starts very suddenly, and it doesn't give much reference to what is happening. It corrects itself, but with Crudup's strange character, the story doesn't hit its stride until the crew lands on the planet. The ending is also very predictable, and it might have worked better with one less action sequence. There wasn't much need for the set piece after the previous one in the movie. If they would have just simply ended the film here, the finale would have hit harder. Having the extra action sequence didn't help how predictable the ending was overall. Without the issues at the start and end of the film, Covenant would have truly rivaled the first two Alien movies. The movie might be divisive for big fans of the Alien franchise, but I thought it was a good addition overall. The lore and ideas brought up in the film might be real-world relevant in the not-too-distant future, which might seem silly for an Alien franchise film, but you'll have to see it to understand. I like the ideas brought up, and even with the strange character in the start and end of the film, it is worth checking out. The good outweighs any negatives for me, and I could easily go back and watch this movie again. And it did actually make me want to go out and watch Prometheus, at least the first half of the film. Comment and let me know what you thought of Alien Covenant if you've seen it. What is your favorite Alien film? Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.